I'm a DoorDash top dasher and my acceptance rate is above 70%, which means I have first priority to the highest paying orders on the DoorDash platform. But lately we have not been getting the absolute best orders that I have had so far. I mean, we had like 1 or 2 good days, but things aren't looking that great for sticking around in the Diamond program long term. Our first order was for $11.50 and this one was going like 7.5 miles. So like obviously not like a terrible order, but also not amazing. We got that one picked up and dropped off in about like 30 minutes. So first 30 minutes of this dinner shift from 5 p.m. to 5:30, we got $11.50. So it definitely could be a lot better. We had to reject the next order that was sent to me just because it was not looking good. I think it was like $11 for 12 miles, and I just wasn't feeling like I could accept that, so it dropped my acceptance rate 77 to 76. But then the next order came in and it was better after I drove the 3 miles back to my hotspot. We got one for Ramen Hood for like $13.50 here for just about like 8 miles, which is much better in my opinion than the last order we got. And it was taking me out of my zone, but I accepted it anyway because I knew that I would have the order in my hand in about 5 minutes and it would take about 15 minutes to get to the customer. So in the first hour we finished off with $25. So I mean, could be better, definitely could be worse, but that's what I've been finding out with this Diamond program. I'm getting a lot of orders and having a lot of shifts that are just like like I don't think it's amazing, but whatever. That Ramen Hood order put me in a really weird spot. I was in a new zone and I decided to sign into it just because I'm a top dasher and I can sign into whatever zone I want at any time. That's one of the nice perks of being a top dasher. But I wasn't close to really like a whole lot of restaurants, maybe like 1 or 2 out there. And so I was waiting around for like 2 minutes. I didn't get an order, but I did have Uber running and I was like, well, hopefully I can get one from them. And I did. It wasn't great. It was just like $7.31 for almost 5 miles. It really wasn't like an amazing order, but I decided to accept it just because I had the order right in front of me on my phone and I didn't have anything from DoorDash. So I just decided to go for it, and it was going to drop me in like a really good area. So there's like a ton of restaurants right around there, like half mile away or less. So yeah, I mean, overall, good order. I think I made the right choice, even though I only received $7 and my lowest order of the day, because we got one as soon as I dropped that Uber order off. Well, I actually unpaused myself from DoorDash like 3 minutes before that, just to start looking for orders, and we got a massive payout. It was over $20, but it was 15 miles. I went for it. I was like, I am not gonna waste a decline on this one. It's not amazing, definitely not like one of the best orders, but sure, I'll take it. Hey, look, you might think it's ridiculous to accept a 15-mile order, but it actually was bringing me to a location that I kind of liked. I mean, it was like 2 miles away from like one of these like minor hotspots in my usual area, so it was bringing me back over to where I wanted to be over there more than I wanted to be in the current zone, DoorDash zone that I was in, because of course I had to sign into a different one. It really didn't take that long to complete because I want to say like 10 or 11 of those miles were on the highway, and so I was able to, it only took 19 minutes from the restaurant to the drop-off. So I consider this a win because I think I got it done in like 30 minutes and I got $20 for it. My plan of driving all the way out there to deliver the order, it seems to have worked to my benefit, because when we made the 2-mile drive back to that minor hotspot I was talking about, I got one for $7.50 plus for BJ's, and the mileage was really good. I said under 2 miles, and so I was happy to accept this one. I've only been to this restaurant like once or twice, so I didn't know if the order was going to be ready, but it was. And I also did something that's a little bit sneaky. I accepted not just the DoorDash order, I accepted an Uber order. It was over $10 and it was like 5.5 miles. The only reason why I accepted both orders at the same time is because the DoorDash order was on the way to the Uber Eats order. It was like right along the same road, and so I thought this one would be really, really good. So it was a really quick drop off to the DoorDash customer, and I got more than $7.50. It was $8. So not really that much more, but I'm glad it went up from $7.50. It was a 2-mile drive, so works out for me. And then of course we had to make our way to the Uber customer. That was on, I just had to go on the exact same road and then drive just a little bit further, and we got that one dropped off. And I don't know how much I'm gonna get paid for that one. There's a chance that I might get more than what we saw on the acceptance screen, so it'll be nice if we see that. But that's how you take both orders at the same time, and you don't anger both customers, because I didn't drive completely out of the way to deliver the first one. I was only on the 2 trips for like 22 minutes, so that was fantastic. But of course, it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes when you have to maintain an acceptance rate of over 70%, you're going to have to take orders that you don't want to take, like this $7 order for like 6 miles. I have to take it pretty much, because it's not a terrible order, bringing me to a good spot, and it's $7, 6 miles. I don't know. I mean, like, this is not a horrible order, and so it's just a test. It's just a test. I am getting kind of upset and kind of impatient with the type of orders I've been receiving after hitting over 70%. Some orders are like really good, and other orders are just not good at all. But I committed to this. I started all the way at 6% acceptance rate, and I've made it all the way above 70% just to test it out, test out the Diamond program and test out Top Dasher. So far, I'm still not a big fan of it, but of course, I'm going for Top Dasher again this month, so we can absolutely see what it is like for 2 months in a row to see if it's worth it. That $7 order, it was okay. I mean, they only ordered one item, and so like to tip like $3 or $4, like that's pretty decent. I was delivering to a really fancy hotel in my area, right next to a ton of restaurants, and I was communicating with the customer. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be there in 3 minutes, because all they said was leave it at the door, but it's like a giant hotel, so like I can't just leave it at the front desk, because they might like, they don't accept deliveries there. So I was like texting them, they didn't respond. I called them, and then they said they would meet me right out front, and when I got there, they weren't there, and so I tried to call them again, didn't answer. Turns out that they had no idea how the DoorDash platform works, and they had add that together with they've had like a lot of drinks tonight, so it was a very interesting experience, but we got it figured out. I was able to hand it to the customer, take the picture, and move on with my day. I was hoping to get a good Uber Eats order in that area, but I didn't get it, and so I had to take the first order that DoorDash sent me, which was $5.50 for Shake Shack. Don't like that, don't like it, but you just got to do it. I've been saying this like pretty much every single order today, but it is true that it was bringing me to an area that I kind of wanted to be in for this time of day, and so I was like, whatever, I'll accept it. Found really good parking in front of the restaurant, and then just went on in. Order was ready, made the drop off, whatever. $5.50 added to my pocket. If my calculations are correct, it's around $83 today in 3 hours. So of course it could be better, and I'm thinking that it's only that good because of the Uber orders I've been able to get today. So my earnings could be lower if I was just relying on DoorDash, but good thing I'm not. But we did get a huge DoorDash order. It says like $9.25 plus. Catering order, 50 items on here. Okay, that's just completely ridiculous. 50 items. Most of it's like lime slice, lemon slice from this Mexican restaurant. And so, yeah, there are a lot of salsas too. So I have no idea what the order total is. It's probably pretty decent, but yeah, I went to the restaurant. Bags on the counter were not mine, and so we're having to wait. They said like 5 minutes. and it's been 5 minutes, so let's go see if it's ready. That was a full 20 minutes for waiting for the food, and I kind of expected that. When I saw 50 items on the acceptance screen, I knew it was going to take a while. There was only like one worker like doing everything. Yeah, I guess it may be because it's after 8 p.m. or what, but yeah, it just it took a while. But I was really looking forward to seeing what the total payout was. I would say that this is probably like $150 worth of food. Like nothing like too crazy, nothing too outrageous, but it was still a lot. And we made the drop off and we got $21.07. So a lot higher than the $9.25 I saw when I accepted the order, which is nice because it's good to see it increased by more than just like 50 cents. And man, I paused myself on DoorDash like right after I dropped this off, just because I was like, I'm probably not going to get another good order. It's getting kind of late. I'll activate myself on Uber again. And I should have just stayed paused on DoorDash because I got sent 2 really bad offers. One for a Buffalo Wild Wings that I had to reject. And then the next one was to an ice cream place, and it was even worse than that. And so I rejected that as well, decreasing my acceptance rate by 2%. I just paused myself, and I stayed paused for the rest of the shift, mainly because I got this order for Uber that was over $10, and it was really, really nice. They didn't order a ton of food, but it was still nice to receive at least an $8 tip on that one. I'm still not sure about the exact total on that, but that would put me over $30 on Uber today, and on DoorDash about 86, and about like 118 total today. So I was feeling like really, really good, especially because I only worked like just under 4 hours, and it wasn't supposed to be busy tonight at all. So I may have found like a kind of unique strategy that I really want to try out. It's accepting pretty much every order on DoorDash, but pausing myself quite a bit in order to accept those really good Uber Eats orders. That's probably what I'm going to try out in my next video, and hopefully it goes well. If you want to see the whole playlist of this series, why don't you check it out right there. I really appreciate you sticking around to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.